Okay.
10 to 12 milligrams.
There you go. That's per.
You'll probably inhale about 1.1 to 1.8 by the end of your signature.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday Night Throwdown. I'll be your host tonight, Aaron the Coach Kroll. Tonight we have a bout between Tommy Silent Sea Raven Kruger and Matthew Bloodbath Barons.
Any of you guys have an urban mic?
I do maybe have an urban mic.
Stinger and wasp. Okay, old school.
I don't know if I brought one along.
Urban mic?
Not sure.
You should totally order one.
I need to figure out how I can copy.
And paste? What's this match?
Create highlight video. I don't need to do that.
Stout? Okay. It's going to be my second stinger. That's fine.
Let's see.
Should be a lot slower than that, though.
Looks like the game tonight is going to be the Swarm versus a very balanced Star. Oop, I should probably throw in that we are playing Domination tonight. Make sure I spelled Throwdown correct.
Yes. Like, are you serious? Yes. Yeah, you're serious, yes.
There we go.
Alright, I need another wasp, a dasher, and an urban.
I wonder. I don't know what I all brought along.
This is why I need a bigger case, so when I go to events, I can bring the Swarm. Just slim everything down and
We're gonna just start calling you Tommy. Tommy the proxy.
No, I got a Wolverine. I need an urban mech.
Yeah, I definitely did not bring my urban mech.
This is hot-wired.
Said everyone, everywhere.
Every time. Yeah, it's
So if you guys are watching tonight, please make sure you comment. I'm watching the comments. If you have any questions on the 350 Alpha Strike tournament format, please let me know, and I should be able to answer them.
Tip your waiters and waitresses. Comment on your bartender.
Yes, tip your waiters and waitresses. Agreed.
Wasp has wings, right? And so do ravens.
Wasp has wings. Wasp doesn't have wings.
Not in real life.
Oh, in real life, yes.
In real life, ravens have wings.
I guess if you're gonna go with real life. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now that that's taken care of, hopefully everybody can hear me all right. So far, everyone thinks, or it says you can hear me okay. We'll do that, and let's go see who's. Well, you know what? Let's join there as well.
If you so wish.
Voice and video. Well, looks like it's working.
Is there going to be any audio from us or just you?
No, it's just me. Why do you have the bunk? Oh, those are some very nice bunkers that Matt had painted up and flocked for what we would use as. Oh, I haven't rolled boxcars with these new dice yet. So if you're wondering why Tommy's dice look so weird, that's because he's using the double six-sided dice. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, fair.
So it's basically one.
It's a 12-sided.
It's basically a. Let's focus in on here.
It's a D12.
It's a D12, but they're all 1 through 6. So, are they cheating dice? Maybe. We don't know yet.
I'm going to start using these.
Oh, you're going to flash those out there, huh?
Alright. Have they ever been flashed?
I don't think they've been shown on camera before. They are the very special edition, only can be won through tournaments. The Fiery Orange Dice from Wolfnet Radio Podcast. Translucent, I believe is what it's called.
Alright, translucent is like oil. I am going to defer and let you play the first piece.
So he's taking first initiative?
You can choose.
You can choose. That's in the rules. When you roll initiative on the terrain placement, if you win the initiative, you can choose to have your opponent set terrain first, which means Tommy will automatically win the first initiative of movement phase.
You place the first terrain piece. Are you sure you want to do that? I know how much of a dick I am with terrain. I thought this whole thing is don't be a dick.
Oh, not 350.
350 is a little bit different.
So basically, if you guys are new to the 350 rules, this is Alpha Strike. Battletech Alpha Strike. We're playing the game of Domination. In the 350, you have 5 scenarios. There is Domination, Capture the Flag, Rampage, Stand-Up Fight, and... what am I missing? King of the Hill. There we go. Each mission is based on objective points, and you have to achieve these objectives in order to win the game. As you can see, we're in the terrain setup phase. There is 1 large hill, 2 medium hills, 2 small hills, and then 5 other types of terrain pieces. And for your viewing pleasure, we are going to be using Hardware Studios buildings as our 5 other pieces. Actually, maybe only 3 pieces. The other 2 will be trees, because I think we can fit all the buildings on the large and the 2 mediums. Ooh, you guys should be using this. So,
are you ready?
Yeah, let's plug it. Why not? So if you guys are watching, this little beauty right here is something we just came up with, just hot off the presses. This is our handy dandy Alpha Strike 350 template tool. And it's acrylic. It's really awesome. And if you're noticing, this is the 2-inch side for melee physical damage. The sides are 6 inches, which measures short range. This is also super helpful for measuring out terrain, which all terrain pieces need to be 2 inches from each other. How, Coach, can you get one of these templates? Well, I will tell you. These are Patreon, Wolfnet Radio Podcast Patreon rewards. We just got them in, and the only way you can get them is signing up for our Patreon. I know it's kind of a thing we're doing just to kind of help us to get out to you people for whenever tournaments start happening. So when you're placing buildings, you have to place one of those pieces, and then you can place buildings within that piece, just like that. Mm-hmm.
It's like putting on condom.
So you'd put down that the terrain piece first, and then put the building on top of it. Like that.
Does it have to be 2 inches away from this?
No.
Good. There you go. Isn't that fun?
Hold on. I think that's only a special rule for
The door.
the door.
The door.
Which is a rule I'm gonna have to because right now it says objective area templates are placed on the board for any terrain piece. Each piece of terrain at ground level must be 2 inches away. But I have to change that to hills. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please put them into the comment section or the live chat. I am also, if you are a member of the Wolfnet Radio Discord channel, I am on the Town Hall chat for anyone else who wants to join and talk. 350 or anything else. Three what?
3 buildings.
Well, you can fit you can fit as many buildings in this as long as the buildings are 2 inches away from each other. You can fit 3 buildings on the large. I've done it before. It's pretty cool. So if you guys are wondering what those handy dandy little markers in the center are, Domination is a game where you have to control 4 of the 5 points. And in order to control 4 of the 5 points, you have to have a unit in the end phase on the and you place all the buildings on that, Tommy.
Oh, I place all buildings?
All buildings. Well,
if you have one, you might as well put all 3.
yeah. So fill her up. Anyway, getting back to the domination points, if you are the sole, if you have a unit on the markers that you see on the board in the end phase of the round, you get to claim that domination point. That domination point will stay yours until an opponent comes and takes it away from you. If they are contested in the end phase, the marker goes away because it's contested. Or if an opponent is on the marker and you are not, it gets flipped to them. In the end phase, if you control 4 points, you automatically win the game, and the game is over in the end phase.
Can these just be trees?
Mm-hmm. And I have that right there.
Thank you.
I don't think you can put
You're a dick. Why not?
because vehicles,
Hovercraft can't make it there?
hovercrafts cannot go in.
That's too bad.
So Matt tried to be cute. one of the rules for placing terrain is you cannot place an objective in a piece of terrain that any ground unit cannot get to. Hence, hovercraft cannot move into trees.
And that's why you can't put a obstacle in water.
You cannot put an obstacle in water as well, because infantry cannot get to it.
They sink.
The objective sinks? No, I don't think so. You just can't do it. Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. YouTube. Well, it looks fine on my end. Until you guys shake the table. Shake a booty.
No, I'm keeping one. Okay.
So as you can see, in the 350 format, sorry, got ahead of myself. Each player, you can't do that. Each player must bring a 350 PV unit or army to the tournament or less, but each match you're only allowed to use 200 points of that 350 points. And as you can see, Matt decided to take a full star consisting of a Warhammer 2C, a Stooping Hawk, a Wendigo, and 2 Dragonflies. And Tommy is testing out his new swarm tactic. Tommy has 15 units on the board. Each game is 80 minutes long. It is timed. And it is time does start when they start placing the units on the board.
Do you want me to place first now?
Looks like we have all of our terrain set up.
So you deferred me to place first terrain, right? Yep. So
You both roll for placing units.
Yep.
Tommy will win the first initiative for movement. I will be starting the timer. 80 minutes on the clock. Good luck, gentlemen.
I have 15. How many are you gonna move?
He needs to move 3 per your 1.
Yep. Go ahead.
Tommy is coming with an array of units. He has 2 Savannah Masters, 2 Gladiator S battle armor, a Raiden Flamer battle armor, 2 Raiden Flamer battle armor, a Tin Star battle armor, 2 Stingers, 2 Wasps, an Urban Mech, a Wolverine, and 2 Dashers.
How far are you gonna go backwards?
If you haven't noticed, Tommy is going for speed in this game. I will try to keep you updated on which mechs are where. Well, yeah, that Urban Mech isn't going very far. Tommy, the proxy Kruger, is, I don't think has ever fielded a unit that is 100% what it actually is.
My delete unit list is. Oh no, batteries are dead.
Mm-mm.
What's better than a Johnson?
What do they take, double A's?
A black Decker.
Triple A's? Oh, I just used my last triple A's. I think I have one in my bag. Don't be shy if you have any questions. That's what I'm here for.
Never leave home without checking your Johnson batteries.
Stream status poor. Yes, I know it's poor.
What are they complaining about?
I need a new computer. Hopefully the stream is not too bad on your guys' end. YouTube is telling me it's bad. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Maybe
Oh yeah, no, golf clubs definitely went over a new computer. So
How fast does that guy move?
8/12
there, I'll ask you guys a question to comment in, get the live chat going.
Move 3 more.
Sure will.
This is gonna suck. With movement.
So because Tommy has 15 units and Matt only has 5, law of averages means that, I don't know if it's law of averages, the rules state that Tommy must move 3 units per one of Matt's.
Law of diminishing returns.
There you go.
I don't know. The ratio.
The ratio.
We haven't played in what?
We have not played in a while.
At least you and your cousin did. We haven't played in probably a month? 2 months?
Hmm.
Month. At least a month.
I don't know. Let's see. Can we actually hear myself?
I can remember.
You guys are gonna make me watch my own stream to make sure that the audio is working. Oh, that's not working. Oh my goodness. Be quiet. You guys are gonna make me watch my own stream to make sure that the audio. Well, I know the audio's working. Welcome, Faith, to the Wolfnet Radio podcast. Thursday night throwdown. We are playing Alpha Strike tonight, the 350 tournament rules, which can be found on the Wolfnet Radio podcast Facebook page, and also certain other various places that I'm not quite sure about right now. I don't know how widespread this thing is, but we have been testing and playtesting this for about 3 years now. I've had, what have we had? 2 successful tournaments? 2 or 3?
GarageCon 1 and 2.
That's true.
About to have a third.
About to have a third.
And a fourth.
Welcome, Litany Against Fear. Litany Against Fear. She says, ah, or they say, ah, Alpha Strike. I love it. Well, you are going to love this then, because this is super fun. It's fast. It's very tactical driven. Objective based. Rivalry. Matt versus Tommy.
Did you get 9?
Getting close.
That's nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, throw some Battletech in the background. I will hopefully be a worthy host of explaining the game while you do your writing. Oh, Faith, are you a shrapnel writer? As Randall Burt says, ooh, shrapnel stuff. That would be cool. Big shout out to 2 Wolfnet guys that got into shrapnel the number 4, our very own Mark and Charles. We were super happy about that.
Yes, sir, Bob.
If you guys are wondering, we also have a podcast occasionally.
Monthly.
We try. I will try to do my best to keep it clean tonight. Looks like Matt is going for the spread out formation, which is a good idea. As you can see, 2 points are closest to the home edges, so those are some of the easier ones to take. Hey, Charles is in the chat. Charles in the chat. Oh, there could be a song there. There's a song that needs to be written for that. I think Charles should get into the town hall chat room and maybe help me call this game, is what he should do.
Ooh. The Kage is a Raiden battle armor, and they're clinging on.
So Tommy has a total of
Klingon.
5 battle armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he is loading his battle armor onto both dashers. I believe that's the Raiden battle armor on his dashers.
Yep.
I agree. Shrapnel is some of the best stuff coming out right now. They're super quick, short, awesome stories. Definitely scratches the itch of the BattleTech fiction urges.
Klingon.
No can do. You're flying solo. Well, he does know I like to talk, so.
He's quiet. He's running silent. He's running silent around the house.
That's all right. I'm sure Mad Drop or Gold or somebody will pop on later.
Talk to me. Come on, Gideon, talk to me.
Charles, if you notice in the corner of your screen, that is the new Patreon rewards, the Alpha Strike 350 template. Right there. You will be getting yours soon. Don't worry. They turned out fantastic. I am super happy about them. Shout out to my good buddy Andrew Knuckles at Curled Paw Creatives for making those for us, and to Dale. I believe he was the one that helped us design it. Andrew is the ultimate conceptual artist of it, so give him huge credit for that. It turned out as a chicken scratch on a napkin and turned into that, so.
And final Klingon is.
It looks like both Savannah Masters on either end on Tommy's side have loaded up, I'm going to guess, your Gladiator armor?
Not all of them. I got the 10 star on one of them.
10 stars in one of the Savannah Masters, Gladiator in another. It looks like he's got his other Gladiator armor on in his hand. He hasn't decided yet.
Are you going to hit all 4 of these in the first turn?
If you're wondering how in the world are Savannah Masters holding battle armor when they don't have infantry transport,
I'm glad I raised that center.
it's because they have the X-Mech ability.
It's the only thing stopping me.
X-Mech ability allows them to pretty much latch on to any ground unit at the cost of minus 2 inches of movement for the ground unit.
Almost.
So when you compare a fast-moving Savannah Master, as Litany Against Fear has pointed out, and X-Mech battle armor, they turn into a pretty terrible, or terrifying, I should say, combination, which Tommy has definitely mastered. Get it? Savannah mastered? Oh! But I'm here all week, everyone.
Alright, done placing?
Yep.
So then you win initiative, right? So then I have to move first, right?
Yep.
So I move
So
1, you move 3. I move 1, you move 3.
Actually.
if you guys are wondering why we have not rolled initiative
I move 2.
in the 350 rule set,
Timer?
timer's going. You guys are like 10 minutes down already. Just a brief recap of the rules. Each game is 80 minutes long. Tommy won the initiative for setting terrain, and he elected to give Matt first terrain placement, which is a big deal, but he elected to take or to either take or give initiative, and he is elected to have Matt move first. So he took the initiative on the first turn. This can be a very beneficial tactic when running a swarm list like he has, because he's basically going to see where most of Matt's units are going, and then he'll still have 3 units to move after that. 2, sorry. Since he has 5 units loaded,
I should have not.
he is actually down to 10, so he has to move 2 units per one of Matt's.
I should have not loaded
You should not have loaded right away.
Hopefully,
He's learning his swarm list.
hopefully this level 2 in the center slows his hovercraft down.
He has dashers and stingers and wasps. I don't think he's using his hovercraft to go after the one in the center. Just a guess. Make sure everything's looking good. It looks like everything's in. So, also, just another big shout out to what's the company name? What's Dale's company name? Hardware Studios. For the buildings, they look amazing. I definitely hardware. I definitely suggest going over to hardwarestudios.com and picking up some buildings.
See, this is going to be a fun, interesting sync for you. Since you have so many units, you can move more on point than me per turn.
But they go really fast. Believe me, they go boom.
Well, and the more you still, more. You can only have so many shots at them.
And we did look up the rule. You can only have 2 targets.
Yeah.
There was a conversation in a game versus my cousin Andrew and myself a little while ago on can I have more than one secondary target? And I kind of argued it's called secondary target for a reason. But I can see where some people would think, well, I just need to add another +1. No, you can only have 2 targets when you're separating your fire in Alpha Strike.
So that Urban Mech sprinted.
It was just pointed out that the Urban Mech on your, I would say your lower left there on Tommy's side, being proxied by, what is that, a hoplite? That is actually an Urban Mech.
Call yourself a Dragoon.
And as we all know, Urban Mechs don't move very fast. So the yellow dice next to that mech is indicating that he literally had to sprint 6 inches to get there. So way to go, Urban Mech.
Does X Mech take away 2 inches of movement for jumping?
No, jumping is not affected by pretty much anything. You can still jump your full. Ooh, wait a minute. It is -2 MP. So do you have split MP?
A move point is considered jumping.
That's true.
But when you get heat, it doesn't count towards your jumping movement.
Correct.
You have to go by the rule and the wording, though. What's the intent?
I would say because heat does not affect it. Well, heat and a mech, I'll find it out right now. That's why I have my handy dandy book right here.
I'll move a different unit then, and let you look at that.
It is amazing how many rules we keep finding the more and more we play.
You find them?
The question is, does X-Mech give a -2 inches to jumping movement as well as ground movement? I think it only covers ground movement, to tell you the truth.
How easily can you find that rule?
It's not bad now that I've literally looked through this book about 1,000 times. It's on page 70. One more. One more after that. Maybe not. We're gonna go with it doesn't. I think it's just ground movement. To tell you the truth. I know this is riveting talk. It's a trivia question for the chat. See how well they know their Alpha Strike rules.
4 inches per level? 2 inches per level. Costs 4 inches per level if you go with a.
How about I go to the page that I know that it tells me the page number? I know that one.
Too bad you don't have a piece of paper that tells you exactly where that rule is.
Dun da da da. Unit will lose 2 inches of move per turn as long as the X unit remains on the board. Well, that doesn't tell me much.
For the first level. -2 for the second.
Aha! It says 2 inches of move per turn, not 2 MP. So it does affect jumping.
Okay. Good thing I didn't move it.
Interesting.
So I can sprint with this guy.
Hey, Seth Glenn in the chat. Hi, Seth. Welcome to the party, buddy.
And I can get
That's interesting. We have our new WolfNet Regiment member in here as well, Ben Kleinfelter. Welcome to Delta, Ben. We're rebuilding. What was gone is now being rebuilt. For any of you out there that play Megamech and love Megamech, we also have a kind of a role-playing regiment going on. We currently have around 60 guys, 60 guys in the regiment right now. And we have Megamech games going 24/7, all in campaigns, and it's a lot of fun. So I again join the WolfNet Radio Facebook page, and it's all on there. Let's see if I can remember what Ben is piloting. I think Ben is piloting a Wolverine 7K. He said a Wolverine or a Sagittare or a Sagittare.
Sagittarius Ghost Bear Fastback.
Yeah.
Heavy large.
I thought that was the big ass assault mech.
Is it that Davy in the assault mech?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we kind of put a moratorium on assault mechs in the regiment. We're
Oh, it's kind of like that church window.
we're a little on the heavy side. The regiment needs to go through a dietary. It needs to go on Jenny Craig or something like that. We didn't put a whole lot of restrictions when the regiment started up, and everybody had assault mechs.
I'll stick to my heavy.
It looks like Delta is forming up to be quite the little strike unit. I believe right now we've got a Marauder, a Grasshopper, a Wolverine, and a Vulture 3 in there. So, had to cut back on the carbs. Yep, you're correct, Ben.
Jump strong 4. Now is jump strong 1.
Yep.
TMM of 2. Jump strong 1 plus jump.
Yep.
4.
So you would have a 4 as your team member. And it looks like Matt took his Stooping Hawk, which can move an incredibly amount of jumping movement.
16 jump.
Looks like he didn't quite get on the domination point, but
The dragonfly.
the Dragonfly, which is directly behind the building,
Sprinted.
unfortunately, he is on the point. So
And we
And
have contested.
Tommy is going to contest it with his Dasher, and I believe he has Raiden battle armor mounted on that. So Tommy's going to do the old load, unload for the 1-2 punch. In Alpha Strike, you are able to move with a transported unit and then unload that unit in the same turn. Those unloaded units can fire. They cannot move, but they can fire. They get a 0 TMM, but because they're battle armor, they do get a +1 to shoot at. So it looks like Tommy's got what? He's got a Wasp and a Stinger, a level down. The center point is contested. It looks like both Matt and Tommy have claimed their respective home edge domination points. There is 1 hour left in the round. Or in the match, I should say, not in the round. I apologize for that giant building on the level 2 because Tommy decided he wanted there.
Grandma.
It's bad TV, Tommy. It's bad TV.
Next time, put the camera on the other side.
Keto for command. Oh, that's great. Yes, Charles. The command star should probably slim some tons down.
I take 70
I will. You're gonna stay in your Shogun. You're not leaving your Shogun. That thing is a beast.
From the east.
We need those SRM6s, man. I'm actually thinking of slimming down come the end of our latest campaign that we're in, the assault on Gina 2. I have been thinking about a Wolfen C. I don't know. Go from the exact opposite of a Marauder 2C to a Wolfen C.
Best bet.
10 hexes.
Mainly because I really like the Wolfen C in both Classic and in Alpha Strike. It is an awesome mech.
No, it's a wolf and sea.
Nope, it's a Wolfen C. Ha. There should just be a BattleTech T-shirt that just says "That's awesome," and then on the back it just no, it's and then just blank. But it looks like Matt's gonna try to sneak his way around. Matt has 2 Dragonflies, which are really awesome mechs in Alpha Strike. To give you some lowdown, the Dragonfly F is a 37-point mech with 16. They both have 16 jump. They're both Omnis. Both have the same 4 armor, 2 structure. And both have short range damage of 4, medium range damage of 3. The E variant has that one little extra long range damage. Get out of here. The Savannah Master goes where the Savannah Master wants. It looks like the Savannah Master is sprinting, which means it cannot download its units, but in Domination, all you need to do is be on the point to contest it. When you sprint, you cannot fire, you cannot unload a battle armor, you pretty much can't do anything other than your movement. And it looks like he's going to sprint both Savannah Masters all the way to the other end. And if you'll notice, he's placing his Savannah Masters directly behind the 2 mechs that are on the point, so they cannot shoot him because they're in his rear arc and in base-to-base contact. When you're in base-to-base contact, you can only do physical damage, but you can't do it in your rear. Shoot first.
And this is where I die.
Things are going to go pop. Now, the good thing Tommy has going for him is a lot of high TMMs. Those are target movement modifiers for those who are new to Alpha Strike, except for the Urban Mech. Urban Mech is, he doesn't have anything.
Hit the sprint to get to
An Alpha Strike rule, sprinting does not increase your TMM. It just allows you to go farther. Risk, reward kind of a thing.
Dasher on the left.
Looks like the Warhammer 2C in the upper right of your screen is going to go for one of the dashers. Ooh, I wonder if I can get all like zoomed in.
I have OBL, but I'm gonna throw.
Should we try it? Should we try it, folks?
4 dice, medium range.
Let's try some. Let's try some fancy dancy
6,
camera work here, huh?
10.
Zoom.
With how many? 4, 2. Oh, I got more than. I got all these other dice, don't I? Just enough.
How about that? Some fancy dancy camera work going on here. You going for the gray or the blue?
Gray.
Gray. He's going for the gray.
Got 1.
He's got 1 damage on
The Gray Dasher.
the Gray Dasher, which effectively almost kills it. For those of you wondering at home, Dashers do not have a lot of armor or structure.
Do you have
There we go. That's the.
Can you see half of the Dasher, Judge?
The gray one?
Gray?
Negatory. He can see. Actually, he can see half.
Oh, shoot the green one then.
Shoot the green.
That was also the nice part of.
That's the blue.
So now we're gonna have
3 at medium range for the
that dragonfly shooting at the greenish blue
4.
dasher.
No, damn it. 4, 5, 6, 10.
Looks like 10's to hit.
1.
He got 1.
And then this guy.
If you guys are wondering how that awesome terrain was made, you can also check out the WolfNet Radio Podcast YouTube channel, which I do have a video up showing you how to make terrain out of foam. Super easy, super fun.
He can't shoot you this printed.
It's a good time, and it just makes the board look so much better,
This guy.
in my opinion. Let's zoom out a little bit.
No, that's behind. That's rear arc.
Canadian's like, I know that Raven.
Shoot that off scout.
If matches the odds of scoring a crit on a vehicle in Total Warfare play. Yes, if you do hit a vehicle, you do always have to make a motive damage roll, which can really mess up hovercraft and VTOLs because they have a additional plus added on. So
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Partial cover. 10. 10.
whoop, dirty dice.
Whiff.
It's a big whiff from. Who'd you shoot? Stupid Hawk or Wendigo to the Oscout.
Stinger.
It's just the other stinger.
Stewing Hawk to the Wolverine. You can throw.
Looks like we're doing Stooping Hawk to the Wolverine. Way in the back.
Jump, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That Stooping Hawk is behind that building, and he's going for the Wolverine. Matt's had 10s to hit on just about everything.
He shot. He can't shoot this shot. I'm done shooting.
That is the end of shooting for Matt. Now it's on to Tommy and his 15 units.
15 million units. Don't forget that.
15 million
Keep
units.
track of that shit.
Alright. Oscout.
The stinger, you mean?
Don't fire at the dragonfly. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11s.
one of my favorite parts about Alpha Strike is the fact that
Short range.
it does allow vehicles to have a much more effective role
4, 5,
on the
6,
battlefield,
7, 8, 9.
especially in this 350 format. Vehicles are very, very powerful.
Especially for their low silhouette.
Yes.
Hit.
On.
Oh my goodness. You might get those dice banned. I'm not gonna lie. It's a natural crit.
This is like Andrew's daughter roll.
it's like Cyclone rolling against you.
Everything's 12s.
1 damage plus a possible crit.
Where? Like I asked before.
8 is a weapon.
It's 1 to the
Where who?
dragonfly.
Oh, dragonfly.
8 is
Well, you didn't. Oh, was that your crit?
that was my crit.
8 is a weapon. So a weapon critical on the dragonfly. You roll one more set of boxcars. I think those dice are gonna get banned.
He has a stack.
on his shelf at home.
I'm not using them.
Dinger Gray is going to fire at the dragonfly as
Yeah,
well.
keep track how many.
Oh, I am. That's 2 already.
Short range.
He wasted 1 on a
If he
initiative.
averages 2 boxcars per turn.
Ooh, that's an 11.
One to the dragonfly. Same dragonfly. Alright.
Tommy seems to be rolling pretty well so far.
Raven.
He's just getting them all out of the way now. RNG will catch up.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a swarm.
Alright. Dashers. Dashing through the snow. Alright. Grey Dasher. 4, 5, 6, 7s.
7s to hit. The Gray Dasher. 1.
1 to the dragonfly.
Next time we play King of the Hill. Slap you so.
Oh, I know. The green.
Taking all my heavy shit.
Green is 4, 5, 6, 7. Miss.
Whiff.
Put the building back.
Wow. First round of firing. Things getting chippy.
Alright, so Lance of Gnomes.
Wanted to go to bed early, right?
I guess. Hey, that's why we play 350. Each game only takes an hour and a half.
Alright, so Wolverine to the Dealio.
And that's not all.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11s.
Yes, he is using some very nice looking dice. Those are Wolfnet Radio
Miss.
personalized D6s from Chessex, so they're not like some.
Catalyst.
They're not like no, they're not like some knockoff dice.
Alright, is going to fire at the
Currently for sale on AriesGamesAndMiniatures.com.
and he has heat.
Type in Wolfnet Radio Podcast in AriesGamesAndMiniatures.com, and you will find yourself able to buy a set of orange, gray, and white Wolfnet Radio Podcast
And
dice.
The,
Randall Burt says burn.
Label the bottom of all these?
I think so. Yeah. He did some work.
Alright, so then the last Raiden.
His are marked and mine are not.
Maybe he got the marked ones. I don't know.
If you want mine, you can go right ahead. I don't use it.
So there's 2 different kinds.
I think there's marked and unmarked. I don't know. He just gave me a giant box.
Alright, so
How is that, John?
Giant box.
last rated armor is going to do an anti-mech attack against your Dragonfly. So 4.
Let's see if I can zoom in on that, because
3 actually. 3.
we've got some raid and battle armor. It's going to do a...
7 because it's anti-mech attack.
if you can see right there, he does have some battle armor.
And I'm done.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Well, he attempted to do a anti-mech attack with his raid and battle armor, and he missed. That is also another interesting facet of the swarm list Tommy is implementing tonight. Is pretty much all of his battle armor has anti-mech attack.
Nice.
And what that does is you roll for a physical attack. It does its short range damage and
3.
one roll for a critical. Tommy rolled. Oh, the 1 dice initiative beat. Tommy rolled a 3, and all Matt had to do was roll the logo. He just had to roll the logo.
15.
That was pretty climactic.
Minus 2 is 13. 13 units to 5 units.
Randall's LOL burned. I don't know what you're talking about. My Kickstarter dice were fine.
So it's 3 units.
So this is where the swarm tactic doesn't do so well, when he loses initiative.
I can't wait to go on top of these buildings. Hey, what are these buildings rated?
All buildings have the highest construction factor. They cannot be torn down. They handle any weight.
They can handle the war.
If the Warhammer can get up there, the Warhammer can get up there.
You got 2 markers.
Remember though, it's
You got
half
12.
2 chips. Oh, yes. Where do I have my markers at?
Load sync initiative.
Excuse me. Tommy, do you want to be red or green?
I'll be red.
I knew I'd find a reason for these X-Wing dice. Yeah, I did. I have seen some pretty bad Kickstarter dice, but they apologized for it, and hopefully they're gonna do something about it, but make good on it. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but so as you guys can see on Tommy's side, indicated by the red dice we have on red markers, he has successfully captured those domination points, and currently Tommy leads 2-0. And there is 40 minutes in the round. If you guys have any questions, be sure to put them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. Yeah, Cattle's Game Labs has quite a bit on their plate right now. I think fixing the dice fiasco is not high on their list. I think getting Wave 2 to us here soon is pretty on number 1 on there.
That's just China. That's not Catalyst.
Oh, Mrs. Gideon turned 9 of my 10 pairs into fridge magnets because that's about the only use for them. Wow. Abe Roots says, I received my minis, 2 sets. 2 sets of the Wave 2 or the Wave 1? Abe, welcome to the WolfNet Radio YouTube Thursday night throwdown, by the way. I can't believe you guys have not noticed that I've had Throwdown misspelled this whole time.
Is it Throwndown?
It's the Thursday night Thordown.
I was gonna say Throwdown.
Thordown. Jeez.
Hey,
This is what kind of ship we're running here, ladies and gentlemen.
what fact checkers do we have?
Yeah. Throwdown. There we go. Hey, as long as I only have one spelling mistake, I'll be okay with that. I'm alright with that.
That's pretty good average.
Yeah, I'm okay. Because if Abe got wave 2, I'm going to be super jealous.
That would even make sense.
It was a Game Shop pre-order, 9-month wait, not certain what wave. Oh, okay. He's not certain what wave. I'm pretty sure it's wave 1. You misspelled the last dasher too. I've watched enough WolfNet YouTube at this point that I just translated. Oh, thanks, Randall.
What the hell, Aaron?
The Das Hair. That's just so you can tell them apart. Das Hair. Dash-er. Boom. See, that's usually what we have Charles around for, but apparently he's not paying attention.
There's more than an inch.
Yeah, 'cause you had to swing out.
Ben's like, wave 1 dice are currently supporting my desk table leg to keep it even.
That's awesome. Send us your
Oh, should we do that?
Send us your picture challenge of what you're using your Kickstarter dice for
So,
instead of playing.
post on the WolfNet Radio Facebook page what you're using your Wave 1 Kickstarter dice for.
Instead of playing. Instead of playing.
Check Discord General. Okay.
Here, you sent some? Nice. Now you gotta go to the billing.
Oh, Charles already caught it. He caught it he caught it a few minutes ago. Not very long. Oh, my coach. As long as I only have one spelling mistake. For those of you who are wondering, the Charles Gideon in the chat is the very same Charles Gideon you hear on the WolfNet Radio podcast, and he is the creator of This Month in History. This Month in Battletech History, I should say. So if you love the This Month in Battletech History, you should give that guy a thank you note or something like that, because he works very hard on it. Much harder than we do on the actual podcast.
I don't know. Pretty hard to keep you guys at bay sometimes.
Our next episode is going to be a lot of fun. We're going international, baby. So you should keep an eye out for that, because it's going to be a good time.
I claim this podcast in the name of Spain. You moving up?
Well, you got 3 to move.
Yes, Faith, you are 100% correct. Editors are worth their weight in gold. And Phil and Helfers definitely need some help, because they do have 50 million things going on at one time. We've offered to help.
And they told us,
And they said, probably not.
oh, summer child.
Oh, that's what we should do. Send all your warped Kickstarter dice to Charles.
Wonder if they get pissed if you send it back to Charles.
Hold on, no.
You're not done?
I got a total of 6 units moved.
Yeah, that's what happens when you play the Swarm.
6 units moved. You need 3 more units to move.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you need 9 to move.
And I have 1, 2.
Excuse me.
I have 4 to
These
move.
are still mounted.
Yep, I have 4 to move, and you have 3 to move. So I need to move 2, and then we could go 1-on-1.
Oh, that would be funny. Just like bags and bags of dice show up at Charles's house. Oh, I would laugh so hard.
I would glue them into a wall.
Can this guy jump?
They won't jump time. 12 to 16.
Hey, he.
The Warhammer jumps 12. The rest of them jump 12 to 16.
I mean, Charles, it did make a pretty good backdrop for your Marauder that you painted up in the Great Death Legion. I thought that was a pretty cool backdrop. Oh yes. A play clock. I haven't quite figured out how to do a play clock on the. Oh, that's what we were gonna try to do. We were gonna try to do the chess clock. Dang it!
Judge, slow play.
I knew there was a reason.
Slow play.
And just let everybody know that there are slow play rules in the Alpha Strike 350 tournament format.
He continuously tries to get through his turn. It's okay.
And it's been a topic of discussion because you don't want to call somebody out for slow play, but when you're in a tournament, I mean we're obviously not in a tournament. We're in a fun, casual setting here, but it's mostly fun. It's mostly.
They come at night, mostly.
This has got to be a first. Like I have been on the town hall chat in Discord and no one has joined me. That's craziness.
Anybody post in Discord or post in the Facebook page? Well,
Oh, I don't know. I'm not paying too much attention, but he should. Yeah, you should have glued them all together, Charles. That'd be a great. That'd be a great backdrop. Yeah. Make a table out of them. That would be cool.
Stained Kickstarter window.
See if you can do like a image in all the dice. There's plenty of colors. They're all translucent, aren't they?
Yep.
Transparent, sorry.
Yeah, unless you want to look like oil. Your turn. Oh, shit. Hey, move.
Looks like quite the
Do I stage shoot the grasshopper?
Quite the mess. That building is really ruining my viewpoint. I think I'm gonna do some camera work here so we can see everything here. Let's maybe do one of these. Sorry for the sudden shaking of the world, but I'm trying to get the best image I can until Matt hits the table.
Smoking it. He's moved, correct? Alright. I'm going to attempt.
Alright, we got some action going on here.
I gotta make sure I get this accurate.
That's Stooping Hawk. Oh, nope, he's going to go with the Dragonfly.
Right within that line there. Am I directly down? Can you see that, Tommy?
That looks like you got plenty of... Oh, look at that move. Look at this move, ladies and gentlemen. That is a fantastic move.
Booyah, Grandma!
So what he did is he jumped...
Oh, fuck.
Jumped that bad boy. And not only did he get behind the already moved Wolverine... Well, so much for taking that that objective.
But I got you the hell away from my Warhammer. This is true. Because we're doing
Musical chairs with the Savannah Masters.
I can't make it to that.
I do need a wide angle clip. I do agree. And to think I went to film school. I did. I actually graduated too. Doesn't say much for the college that I graduated from, but
Hey, I went for graphic design.
Yeah, look at us.
I'm making logos, but I'm doing it by color. I'm gonna sprint over here. Like so.
At least now we can see everything. That building was kind of in my way. How's that urban mech doing? Stayed.
This is weird. This is really weird fighting against this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know.
But
I fought it against it too.
I'm glad I have enough movement to rotate between points.
Hugging the edge helps a lot.
Quit moving my piece. You gonna move your piece for you?
Pieces. Oh, get base to base.
Base to base.
Fuck.
Gonna get that anti-mech going.
Quit moving my piece, Tommy.
There.
I'm not gonna do that.
He can still physical attack you, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
You can still physical attack one of those guys.
Me?
Yeah. It's a mech. He can kick.
Yeah, if I don't shoot.
Well, yes.
I'm
But
not gonna do as much damage.
do 2.
Or I could do 4.
That'd be enough to kill it.
Can you see anything? Just saying. I just saying, yo.
Now, if I could shoot and do physical attack, that'd be
Yes, the classic conga line.
Alright, what we got left?
Your Warhammer.
Yes, sir. Where's that guy?
You have 30 minutes left in the round. Currently, Tommy is up 1. Unless that dragonfly dies of Matt's, because that top left marker will go away if the dragonfly survives, because it is
What do you have
contested.
left to move?
I'm done moving.
He should be done. You should have last move. Ooh, that Wendigo can see that Savannah Master.
Yeah, but he sprinted. He can't shoot.
Oh,
Had to.
interesting, interesting. I do like the leaving the Warhammer as the last one to move, because that is a fast-moving Warhammer 2C, if I am not mistaken.
11?
It does have a 12J, I believe.
I'm gonna hold fast for -1.
Matt is not going to move the Marauder or Warhammer 2C. And in Alpha Strike, when you do not move a unit and it stays stationary, it does get a -1 to its attacks.
Shoot some shit.
I lost initiative. I go first. Yes, sir.
Correct.
Kill.
Tommy's time to shoot.
Alright. Gray Dasher's going after the Stooping Hawk. 4 8s.
Looks like we're gonna do a little in the middle throwdown here. You have 8s to hit.
8s to hit.
Ooh, everything but 1.
2 3
3 damage to the Stooping Hawk.
Then
Looks like it's his first damage he's taken, so not too bad. Unless he gets focus fire, which that is a real thing in Alpha Strike. It's unlike Classic, where you do not have to call out your targets before.
Gray
You can
Stinger. Gonna fire at the Stooping Hawk.
shoot whenever you want.
4 8s.
Little stinger on Stooping Hawk action.
Short 8s.
That was a prime opportunity to use our template there, Tommy.
1 more. Okay.
There you go. Look at that. Everything's in short range.
The Wasp that looks like a raven.
The Wasp that looks like a raven.
4 8s.
My oh my. Here, we might as well zoom in on this
Wasp that looks like
beatdown that's going on right here.
4 8s.
Miss.
Let's see here.
Boy, the focus on this thing is crazy sensitive. Cranky old gamer, welcome to the chat, buddy. I love that name.
I played Urban Mech.
Oh, sure. I zoom in and you're going to shoot with the urban mech. I should.
Articulated.
Miss,
Do, man.
miss, miss, miss.
Thank goodness.
Wolverine.
Yeah, we got some
To
Wolverine.
the Stooping Hawk. So it'd be 4, 5, 6, 10s.
Tommy really doesn't like that Stooping Hawk.
He doesn't like anything in the center.
That's true.
Miss.
Ooh, the dice are going cold for Tommy a little bit.
Dasher to the Dragonfly.
So that green dasher on the top there is going to shoot at the blue dragonfly down on the upper left.
6, 10s.
When you flock your pieces here,
That's a miss.
do you press them down onto the flock?
I do a light press, yes. When I flock my, usually when I flock all my terrain, I just do your standard Elmer's glue, move it around, be able to cover everything, and then throw the flock on it, and then I'll do a light press on it, and then I'll flock it again, just to make sure I get all the pieces in there.
I have no more weapon attacks.
Well, that is a pretty light round for Matt. He only took a couple of damage to the Stooping Hawk.
What do these battle armor have for armor structure?
And now we will see
What unit is it? It looks like.
what our resident clan Ghost Bear is going to rain down.
Oh, the Ifrits.
Well, I appreciate it.
0 armor, 2 structure.
Apparently, we're supposed to say things on the YouTube channel like smash that bell or subscribe, and we're like, nah, do what you want. We're not in this to make money. We're just in there to have fun and
Well, you can't hear the rest of us anyway.
give the. Well, can't hear you guys. No, well, I don't know if they can. Probably not.
Should get some extra sets.
I suppose
So,
like
4, 5, 6, I jumped.
Base to base.
Can't shoot it.
we're just here to have a good time and let everyone else enjoy it with us.
Well, I guess I'll have to.
Because that's what BattleTech's all about.
For physical attack.
At least to us, anyway.
Yep, I'll have to wait. Fuck.
Yep, I meant day.
Oh, that's okay. At least your dick makes sense. Warhammer will shoot at the dasher back here for.
Okay.
Little Warhammer on Dasher action. I believe both Dashers are already previously damaged. Each have one damage.
The Warhammer will shoot at both of them. One.
Dashers generally only have 1 armor and 1 structure, so Matt has pretty much effectively destroyed half of
Primary,
both
secondary.
of them.
Yep. I'd say gray would be primary no matter what. It does have 4 damage at short range. So.
That is the surprising thing about Dashers. They do an insane amount of damage at short range. They're super fast. They don't have a lot of armor and structure, but like what we usually like to say, a lot of times speed is armor. And especially in Alpha Strike, when you can throw up a large TMM number, they're very effective transport units. They can be excellent strikers. And he missed.
10s for the green guy.
Who's that from, Matt?
From the Warhammer.
Warhammer?
Stooping Hawk will shoot at the nearest. He'll do primary and secondary target as well for short range.
You did take into effect your -1, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't hit shit because of all the modifiers. So 4, 5, 6, 10s.
That has, and like Matt just said,
10 here and 11 there.
pretty much everything Tommy has is a 4 or a 3 modifier to hit, and it's hard to do when you have skill 4 pilots. And a big discussion in the 350 has been, when do you lower pilot skill? Because in Alpha Strike, when you lower a pilot skill, the PV gets rather large. And lowering it from a 4 to a 3, some people are like, well, is it that big of a difference? And it can be, it can't be. Depends on what units you're bringing.
This guy has heat as well.
Shooting at
Do you have, quote unquote, the cap space in your 200 points to carry a better skilled pilot? And we've really never settled on which one is better or not. It's been a fun conversation that's ongoing.
4, 8, or 4 10s.
We've even gone so far as to
1 damage, kill it.
To the green?
oh, Dasher gone.
The other one will take 11s. No, yeah, 11s, right? 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. No.
So that is the one downside to the swarm is things do go pop. They don't take much. 2 damage, 3 damage. But that is the other thing. Is fast mechs are hard to hit.
7s with what's the damaged one? I can do 3.
I did a previous battle with Tommy when he was first starting out with his swarm, and I decided to go the opposite direction and take a Turkina,
Miss with 1, but add 1, so 3 total.
3 total?
a Turkina and a Direwolf at pilot skill 2, and that was pretty much my whole list. And it was very interesting.
Okay, physical attacks. So I'll go first, and then you can destroy me.
So we're on to the physical attacks.
Okay.
Looks like
I got 2 anti-mech attacks against your Stooping Hawk and an anti-mech attack against your Dragon.
Good night, Ben. Have a good night.
Um,
We will see you next week.
So we'll go with Kage first. Kage looking, Raiden. Alright, so he has a skill 3, 7s. Hit.
That is 1 anti-mech attack.
So that's 1 damage to you, 1 heat, and 1 possible critical.
The Stooping Hawk?
Yep.
1 damage, 1 heat.
1 possible critical. 4.
4. That is a fire control system. Fire control system criticals do add a +2 to hit to any unit that has that critical. It's a really tough crit to take. We just about lost the entire camera.
And the other Raiden, +2, 3, 4, 7s. Miss.
Missed.
That guy over there, the Frit.
So one tactic, especially used in the
7s.
swarm, is lowering the pilot skills on your battle armor.
Alright, go for it.
And what that does is it doesn't raise the total point value of your
Extra modifier.
army.
He's BA,
No.
so it's +1.
So what it does is it doesn't raise your point value too much.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Hit. Barely. How many?
So you take
Size.
2 damage.
What's the number on that one? Number 2?
Yes.
So it looks like Tommy or Matt just took out the one of the battle armor with his dragonfly at the lower right hand with a successful kick to the face. It's like punting a football. Okay, that was an interesting round. Doesn't look like any. Oh, Matt gained a domination point. Matt gets to be green. And I, of course, grabbed 2 reds. Tommy loses the one on the upper left because it is contested. So we are all square at 1 objective apiece. And the initiative rule.
8.
Ooh, 7 to 8. Matt wins the initiative. Yes, things do go boom in Alpha Strike. One thing many people don't like about Alpha Strike in the rules is that, which we've adopted one of the optional rules in the Commander's Edition, which in my opinion, should be the rule across the board. So we roll 2d6 per point of damage that is allowed with weapon fire. In original Alpha Strike rules, you rolled one set of 2d6 for everything. So you either hit or you miss, and it is very frustrating when you miss with something all the time. So to fix this, we have adopted the rule of rolling two sets of or a set of dice per point of damage, and it brings back a little bit of the feel of classic BattleTech. Um, you don't get to, you can't say like this set of dice is this weapon or this weapon, but it does give um, a very nice range of, oh, okay, I sort of hit, or I definitely hit you with everything I got. Yes, it is a must in my opinion if you're ever playing Alpha Strike. 100%. The game is about rolling dice, and the more dice you can roll, the better you feel. So, believe me, if you're fielding a Turkina and you're rolling 10 sets of dice, it's very satisfying. I don't know if it slows the game. We have Cam is on the chat, and he says dramatically slows the game so much so that the local demo agent doesn't even do it, which is surprising. Um, doesn't do the variable damage rule or the how we roll 1d6 or 2d6 per damage. I yeah, if
you go frustrated and fast, or you have fun and go slower.
yeah, and that may be so. It could slow the game down a lot. I don't know how it would. I mean, you're rolling dice. Period. I mean, you're just grabbing a set of dice. But hey, to each their own. That's kind of why I like Alpha Strike. Some people may like playing that way, and some people like playing the other way. At least you have the option of doing it. Um, and like Charles says, reduces variance, so rewards good play over lucky dice. I do agree with that. Yes. If you're going to start adding SPAs and yeah, force abilities, that is one thing where I can see where it gets a little out of hand. But the good thing is in the 350 tournament format that we have created, we don't allow special pilot abilities or the what is that the formation abilities and stuff like that. Those are not allowed in this tournament. It is just to the bare bones. I'm going to take this unit. We're going to go fight. You don't get any special stuff. It can get a little overpowering, and it's hard to. The one thing for us is we found it was hard to um, equal out the point value because I know I think they have a scaling of if you have this special ability, it adds this PV, but for us, it just seemed to be too much math, I guess. I know, right? BattleTech, too much math, but yeah. So with the way we've been playing, and you notice, like when Matt has 4 damage to do, he picks up 4 sets of dice and rolls them all at one time. We kind of encourage that instead of rolling 1d6, 1d6, 1d6 that you can do with BattleTech. Um, it's yeah, exactly, Faith. Alpha Strike is, and we've had a segment in this in one of our podcasts where Alpha Strike is a great way to bring new players in. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy to grasp, and then you can graduate them to the classic side um, of BattleTech, where it's like, okay, if they're into the the role playing side of it, then they can really latch on to classic BattleTech, and then but you give them the chance to choose. I like personally to have a ton of mechs. As Charles says, Alpha Strike allows you to play a company versus a company or a binary versus binary in a couple of hours, let alone, in Classic, it's going to take you a day, maybe.
You're doubling the amount of units.
But again, that's why I like BattleTech, because you can choose either one. I love the fact that they have both game systems available to their player base. It's always yes, it's a Faith nailed on the head. More systems equal more way to play equals more awesome. Very, very, very good way to put it. Oh boy, Mr. Warhammer's gonna join the party. You can't really see him though, can you? I don't think we need to pay attention to the urban mech. That's just gonna stay there. Let's see if we can't get a little better vantage point on what we got going on here. I don't want to lose what's going on the board. There you go. That's not too bad.
Nice.
So we do a little focusing here. Right there looks like the best I'm gonna get. So the big boys are joining the party. He has solidified. Oh, that's a good move, Matt. Move the stooping hawk back to contest the point. Lick his wounds a little bit. You guys have 10, 11 minutes left in the round.
All three? I moved 2. I have 3 more units to move total. Oh yeah. Interesting move here. Is that Wendigo on the template or not?
Yes, barely.
Okay, so he's got his Wendigo Dragonfly on the template.
I'm just using this as a guide to make sure I can get in between your Wendigo and the building.
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
You'll just be on part of that piece of cardboard.
That center point is going to be very interesting after this round.
Of course.
Yeah, Seth, I agree. Just laying the maps out and not having
So he at
to
least
set up terrain and all that other stuff, it is a little time consuming. Again, not to plug the 350, but we've limited the number of terrain that you can have. You only get 5 hills, and you only get 5 pieces of other terrain.
Yeah, I'll move the rest of mine.
We've kind of usually in a tournament setting, it takes around 5 to 6 minutes to set up terrain. But in a bigger game, I mean, yeah, you're gonna want to make it look cool and all this other stuff. Yeah, when you're teaching 7 and 11-year-olds, I can understand that. And that's why I do kind of like how they did the beginner box. It's a little bit of both. You have the hexes, you have the maps, but it is a little the record sheets and stuff are a little Alpha Strike-ish. It's all a little dumbed down, which is fine. Um, I guess one thing I don't like about the beginner box is it's not classic and it's not Alpha Strike. So it's almost another system they're teaching, but I do understand where they're coming from, where it's trying to trying to, you know, get the fever. I got a fever.
Are they staying?
I need more BattleTech.
Yeah, they have to.
So, and maybe it's a great thing because then, it'll teach them a little bit. Okay, well, this is sort of like Alpha Strike, and this is sort of like Classic, and you have two different roads you can go down. I think it's just good overall for the game. I'm just loving the new emergence of BattleTech. Like, we've been BattleTech fans for 20 plus years, so we're just super excited that all this is now happening, and it's fresh and new and bringing new people into the game, and it's a lot of fun. So, a little interesting dynamic going on down here. He's got both Savannah Masters on the lower right. That Stinger's kind of trying to sneak up there too. But I think what was that?
Texas
Oh.
Spartan Spider.
Earthquake.
Half-life to the fire at the Dragonfly. So 4, 5, 6. 10s minus 1 is 9s. Add this one.
So the
This turn.
Urban Mech's gonna try to do some stuff.
Oh shit. Natural.
A natural and a whiff.
Natural and whiff.
The logos are rolling strong tonight.
20 damage.
5.
No crit.
Okay.
Stay.
The Wasp.
Cam, I agree. Aerospace is the next thing that people should be looking at because it is the one thing that I have way too many models for, and I can't stand the aerospace rules in both Alpha Strike and the Classic. Like, they're just.
One to the Dragonfly.
Iron Bugbear. Yes, that is a Wolfnet Alpha Strike template. That is something brand new that we just created for Patreons of the Wolfnet Radio podcast, and hopefully in the future possible swag for tournament winners. So we do have a Patreon. We don't like to plug it a whole lot, but it's $3 a month. We just have one tier. That's all it is. Yeah, we're not promoting it as you're going to get a reward every month or anything, but when we do have a cool idea like this template, that's something we're going to reward people that help us out with our podcast. So, yeah, it's kind of a nice little give back to people. And also, yeah, when we start doing tournaments around the U.S., we do have also plans of creating sort of like a tournament organizing kit that can be shipped out to stores and stuff like that to help promote the 350. Those will be included as well. So. What is that Wolfnet range modifier? What is that range modifier? The range template? Yeah.
0, 2, and 4.
That is a beautiful piece of acrylic you see on the table right there.
It's a game aid.
So to break it down, the lower end is 2 inches,
Hits.
which is to
Dragonfly.
yes, we're using OBS.
From my Raiden battle armor.
So the lower end is 2 inches in length, and that is to measure, to be able to quickly measure melee distance. The top end of the triangle is 1 inch to measure physical attack distance. The two sides are 6 inches to measure short range distance. And then it also has the modifiers for long, medium, and short range. And then it also has the rules for the physical and melee damage increases. And then our nice handy dandy logo that a certain someone in the chat has helped us out with. So it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It takes about 10 minutes to paint, and then you peel everything off, and then you're left with a nice piece of acrylic. But yeah, we do have quite a bit of swag. Like I said, we have sets of orange, white, and gray WolfNet Radio podcast dice available on AriesGamesAndMiniatures.com. The special fancy fire dice you see are
Yes, two.
basically for top cuts in tournaments when we start holding tournaments. So, when do you guys put out podcasts? We usually try to do them near the end. We do one a month. Sometimes we do two, but usually it's once a month.
One armor, two structure.
They're about 2.5 hours long. We usually have a guest or an author or somebody within the Battletech community on there. Yeah, I would say usually the end of the month is when we release the episodes. We record when are we recording? We're recording the 18th. So in 10 days we're recording. Usually takes me about a day or two to edit, and then we usually try to put it out.
Unless we have to.
Do you guys have the hats yet? Yes, Iron Bugbear, we do actually.
Hats don't sell.
Hats don't sell. We actually have a full-fledged store that you can go to and pick out hats, polos, Queensboro.com, but you have to put WolfNet in front of it, don't you?
It's on our website.
It's on our yeah, it's on our website. It's on our Facebook page. Maybe if Charles does some quick research, he can put the link in the chat right now. But again, if you guys aren't a part of the Facebook page, please join the Facebook page. All of our stuff is there. I know it's a pretty shabby way. We are working on our website, which will have everything. And that will be what? WolfNetRadio.com? I think that's what it is. So that's coming soon. Yeah, we basically have like we have any kind of apparel you want, between jackets and shirts and hats and golf towels. I need to get my golf towel. A whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's QB something. WolfNet Radio QB. Oh my God. This is why I'm the wrong person to be doing the plugging. Oh, that is time in the round. This is the last round.
And I'll throw 3 sets at that.
Yes, Facebook is nice and easy. The one thing I will tout again is, there you go, WolfNet Radio, not Radau. Oh, who's got the spell check now, Charles? Yeah, I know, Cam. I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out how to put a countdown on OBS. But I haven't figured that one out. It is wolfnetradio.qbstores.com. Yes, the hats are awesome. I own, we have the trucker hats. I like the trucker hats, but they come in all kinds of different colors. Just a heads up, the hat color, if you get the orange hat and the orange shirt, they're not the same orange for some reason. I don't know why that is.
Andrew's still working on that.
Oh, is he going to talk to him about that?
You're supposed to.
Hmm.
They obviously changed the thread.
Yeah, but orange hat, orange shirt's a little too much orange for me. So
Definitely goes black background with orange on the front.
Oh, Seth's been OBSing for 3 years. He's going to show me the OBS ways. Yay. Seth, you're doing way too much for us.
The Dragonfly is going to overheat like crazy.
Just letting you all watching right now, none of this would have been possible without your very own Seth Glenn, who's in the chat right now. None of this. Seth Glenn has been awesome. We try to shout him out just about every episode, but
3, 4, 5.
and he's been on the show.
We'll shoot these guys.
Twice? Has Seth been on twice?
Once.
Well, 1.5. I think he hopped on once for
3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
give that man free stuff.
He's got a shit ton of free stuff.
I yeah, Seth's gotten a lot of good free stuff, and he's got more free stuff coming his way.
I sent him a whole bunch.
It's like Christmas all the time at Seth's house.
The Warhammer is gonna shoot this guy and that guy. What's this guy got?
The wasp that looks like a
So I
raven
have not been
has
paying
one armor
attention.
structure.
The middle square is thinning out a little bit.
This will be the primary. That'll be the secondary.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
I think he's gotten rid of
Four
one more
points,
battle
two
armor.
points.
and I'll do 4 each.
Yeah, Seth unfortunately was on with Tex, and Tex took over the show. We'll have him back on.
3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6.
We've been discussing what we're going to do when we hit 1,000 members on our Facebook page. Party! Ooh, Matt likes it. Matt likes it. That sounds like a good roll, Matt.
1, 2.
Plus in the rear is 3 instead.
Oh, rear shot on the Raven that was a stinger.
And then
Or a wasp, I should say.
Wasp.
So,
3 on the BA.
Alpha Strike, when you shoot them in the rear, you do an extra point of damage. So, he hit with 2, plus the rear damage, did 3 damage.
The Freed switches of Gladiator Battle Armor.
Oh, we do have to crush Utube.
7s.
O-Tube? Is it O-Tube or U-Tube? I think it's O-Tube.
On the Origins of Battle.
I know. We have a showdown.
1, 1.
I haven't even paid attention to Discord. It's probably blowing up. Oh no, it's pretty quiet. Shout out to Easy Company. Wow. Easy Company's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 people in there. Wow.
Fuck, I couldn't kill him. Got that.
The battle armor.
Alright, the Dasher's gonna kick the Stooping Halls in the back. So Dasher 4,
He's got me.
8,
Objectives.
8.
Well, you're tied right now.
Hit. So it's 2 damage to the Stooping Halls.
Oh,
Off crit.
I see what you got here.
11.
Engine. Not like it matters, but
And then
yeah, I'm alone in Town Hall. I know.
the Raiden Battle Armor is gonna do an anti-mech attack. So it'll be 3, 7. Miss. And that's all shit.
That it? All right, and Matt, you lose your one over there. Okay, so bat rep time. Tommy wins the game. He has secured 2 objectives. Matt lost his in the upper right-hand corner because that Dasher decided to run over there and contest it. Matt, want to give your thoughts on the swarm? Nope. Yes, so overall the swarm just was able to take out between its high TMMs and its ability to contest points. And Matt, I mean, you had 5 units. It's not like you were running a 4 or 3 mech list. But between the high TMMs, I mean, you had what, 10s and 9s to shoot on everything? And that's tough to do. 10s and 9s are a terrible number. He was 1 away from taking that Raiden out in the center there.
And I couldn't walk because then I'd get murdered.
Yeah, and the ability for Tommy to basically put units all over the board, very limited your ability to, because he was in your rear arc pretty much the whole time. Savannah Masters and Battle Armor, man, it's a thing.
Sprinting over
Yeah, I mean, 39 inches sprinting with a Savannah Master is no joke.
That that BA never left the
I don't think you ever downloaded any of your BA, did you?
that BA over there never got downloaded the whole game.
So was it a waste of points then?
No, because it's a deterrent.
It's a yeah, it's a it's
Any
That's true. It is.
any unit you have on the board is going to be a deterrent.
It is a psychological thing where it's like I have to move and I have to get to a certain point, otherwise he's going to get behind me with the Savannah Master and download the battle armor and
And
um,
since we've escalated so much with jump strong and high TMM movement,
yeah, Jump Strong is also with. Of course, your whole list is basically Jump Strong, isn't it?
yeah,
So it wasn't easy to hit you either.
well,
I
it's the
mean,
only way I survived.
look, you had one dragonfly go down.
It's the only way I survived.
Right.
So we had to, we know we have to escalate both of our sides to survive.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on the die rolls.
Yeah. And buildings had to come into play as well. Um,
A few times.
line of sights,
Partial cover and all
partial
that.
covers. You can't shoot across the field like you normally can.
True. Yeah, because this was different because you lost LOS because of
Yeah.
elevation.
Yeah.
Normally you don't.
Normally, I think it adds a whole nother facet to the game. When you've got what level 4, level 3 buildings in your way. Um,
We can get up there.
yeah, it was a good game. A lot of stuff died.
no,
Um,
not a lot of stuff.
well, yeah, actually, now that I'm looking at it, 2 battle armor. Well, you lost what, a Dasher, 2 battle armor, and a Wasp, and Matt lost a Dragonfly.
There's a lot of run around skirmishing.
So when it comes down to MOV, margin of victory, points destroyed, I'm assuming you're probably even, because Tommy stuff is not that expensive.
37.
Yeah, I didn't make half on anything else, so 37.
Well, everyone, thanks for watching.
You lose.
That was a pretty intense domination game. Came down to the wire.
Good job, Tommy.
There you go.
31.
The post-game handshake. So hopefully this gave you a little idea what the 350 is like if you have not played it before.
36.
If you have, hopefully you maybe want to try out the Swarm. It is a lot of very cheap stuff.
48.
Uh,
You're gonna be painting a shit ton of
yeah, you're going to be painting a lot of mechs, but it is a
just for my
archetype in the 350 that is doable, and it is a force to be reckoned with.
The other mech in the list is a Chikina E.
Yes. So just to let you guys know, Tommy's entire 350 is everything you see on the board today, and then he adds a Turkina E, which pilot skill 2, and that baby comes in at what, 86 points?
90.
90 points. So
List is 289.
his total Tommy's total 350 list is only 289 points. So yeah, just to again give you guys the reason why we did this. The 350 is mainly made for a player to have a 350 in their bag at all times, show up to the game store, and another player is there and they've got a 350, and you're not wasting time figuring out battle value or PV or how many units you're going to field. It's just like I roll a set of dice, or I roll one dice. What scenario are we playing? And off you go. We've been playing this for 3 years, and it has been very balanced. I think we've got it down pat. A couple rule changes here and there in version 1.2, but other than that, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Have a good time. Join the Facebook page for any updates and stuff like that if you guys aren't already on it. If you're interested in being in the Wolfnet Regiment and playing a lot of Megamech, join the Discord channel. Um, Again, if you really like those fancy templates, join the Patreon. Or wait until your local game store has a tournament kit, and hopefully your 350 is strong, and you can win a set for yourself. So, thank you everybody for watching. Have a good night. We will see you all soon.